Hello everyone. This week we continue with the short Vort for Parshat Bo. And in this Parsha, we read of the beginning of the story of leaving Egypt. And one very interesting phrase that we find in the Parsha, stated by Moshe, is Hayom atem yotzim b'chodesh aviv. He tells the Jewish people, today is the day that you are leaving in the month of Aviv, in the springtime. And Rashi jumps up and down going, V'chilo hayinu yodim be'ez chodesh. I mean, were they not outside earlier that day or earlier this week to know that it is spring? They know what time of the year it is. Fine, Moshe, tell them, Hayom atem yotzim, today you are leaving. But you don't need to tell them b'chodesh aviv. They know it's chodesh aviv. They are alive. They see that it is springtime. Why does Moshe have to tell them that they are leaving today in the springtime? And so Rashi answers this question by bringing a midrash, which says that this is what Moshe meant to say to them by saying that phrase, b'chodesh aviv, that you are leaving in the month, in the springtime. He's trying to tell them, Ru'u chesed shigmalchem, see the kindness that is being bestowed upon you by God. Not just that you're leaving. Of course, that is something that we can't even say thank you enough for taking us out of Egypt from slavery. But acknowledge the chesed, the small good that's happening here on top of that. Shehotziyatchem b'chodesh hu kasher latzeit. God is taking you out of Egypt at a time that is very fitting, that is perfect, that is the best time, you might say, that is kasher to leave. Lo chama, v'lo tzina, v'lo geshamim. It's the springtime. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. And in that part of the world, it's not raining in the springtime. And what Moshe is trying to teach them, according to this midrash that Rashi is quoting, is to appreciate every small aspect of the miracle of God taking the Jewish people out. Don't miss anything that God is doing for you, that you shouldn't acknowledge every little thing, even the timing, that now we're going to exit Egypt, and it will be a time of the year which is not so bad to traverse into the desert. Not too hot, not too cold, and not wet. It is a life lesson for all of us about being appreciative for all the small things that Hashem does for us, not overlooking and only seeing the big things that God does, but also the small ones. That the timing sometimes works out perfectly for something. And it also teaches us that in our interpersonal relationships, to make sure that we are expressing properly our gratitude and acknowledging the good that people do for us, even sometimes when it is very small. And this phrase, Hayom atem yotzim b'chodesh aviv, draws our attention to this notion of giving thanks for every small thing. Moshe was pointing out, you guys should feel fortunate that we get to leave at this time of the year. May that lesson permeate throughout our lives all the time, acknowledging the small acts of chesed that are bestowed upon us from God and from all those around us. Shabbat Shalom.